As there are very few days left for the exam, many students face stress, anxiety. So what should be the way to prepare in a smart manner in the remaining days?
If somebody is not having anxiety, that means there is some problem. So there will be only two categories of students who don't have anxiety at this time, don't have stress. So one is either completely has lost hope. So other one is who is completely, 100% sure.
Okay, so coming to the subject specific areas, so what according to you are the high yield areas as far as geography and environment are concerned?
In environment, around 15 questions were there. So together it covers nearly, 35 questions out of 100. And based on the last 2-3 years of trend, so geography, my prediction is more on the physical geography side.
With UPSC Prelims 2025 just around the corner, it is natural that many of you may be having a lot of stress and anxiety. To discuss and to find possible solution to all these aspects, we have with us Rajesh Sir. Rajesh Sir, welcome to the discussion. Sir, as there are very few days left for the exam, many students face stress, anxiety. So what should be the way to prepare in a smart manner in the remaining days?
See, at this point of time, to have anxiety is very natural. If somebody is not having anxiety, that means there is some problem. Okay, so if you ask me, so there will be only two categories of students who don't have anxiety at this time, don't have stress. So one is either completely has lost hope. So other one is who is completely, 100% sure. And according to me, these students are very, very few. Majority of the students who are going to appear for 2025, so they go through some amount of stress. See, the most important reason behind the stress at this point of time would be having a self-doubt, whether what they have done is sufficient or not. Okay, so whether it is going to fulfill the so the requirement, हमने जितना किया है वो काफ़ी है नहीं है. Okay, so this doubt will be there in everyone's mind for sure. Okay, so but honestly, I can give in writing, you can never do 100% in UPSC preparation, particularly in prelims. Okay, so even if you prepare for 2-3 years, you will always have this doubt whether you have done sufficiently or not. You always feel that you can do better. And prelims is more of a mind game where you don't have to do 100%. With whatever the level of preparation you have done, if you execute it to your best of your so capacity, that is sufficient. For that, you need to have calm mind. Okay, so of course it's easier said than done. Okay, so but try to reduce that stress. Stop thinking that whether what you have done is sufficient or not. Okay, so if at all you have given 1 or 2 years of preparation for this, that is more than sufficient to handle prelims preparation. Okay, so if you trust yourself, if you trust the process, so and just focus on solving the questions, taking one question at a time, so you will do fairly enough. Okay, so my point is, don't ever think that what you have done is sufficient or not. Okay, so try to focus more on solving questions and giving your best on the day of examination.
So your basic advice is not to overthink. Okay, so coming to the subject specific areas, so what according to you are the high yield areas as far as geography and environment are concerned?
In geography, last year there was a good number of questions, around 21, 22 questions were there. In environment, around 15 questions were there. So together it covers nearly, 35 questions out of 100. And based on the last 2-3 years of trend, so geography, my prediction is more on the physical geography side. Okay, so particularly if I have to mention a few of the important topics, it should cover the plate tectonics, earthquakes, volcanism, and even the geomagnetism, recent incidents of geomagnetic storms, aurora, and talking about the climatology, it's mainly about the temperature and pressure distribution. Okay, so we have to study that, the pattern of distribution, and winds and rainfall, particularly talking about the thunderstorms, cloudburst, tornadoes, and other than that, the cyclones, tropical cyclones, and climatic regions. Okay, so than that, El Nino, La Nina, ocean currents. And talking about the Indian physical aspects, it's mainly focused upon mapping. Okay, so main part of the physical aspects to be covered thoroughly through mapping. What is given in 11th standard NCERT, that is sufficient here. And in addition to some aspects of economic geography related to current related aspects, the distribution of minerals, etc. So talking about environment, the focus should be more about the recent initiatives related to climate change and biodiversity conservation, and as well as some of the environmental laws which are recently amended, and some basic aspects related to ecology, biodiversity, some background study. So this should be sufficient. And in environment, definitely you will find few questions which cannot be attempted. Don't worry about that. So focus mainly on the areas which can be covered. Okay, so this would be my prediction.
So a lot of students have doubts with respect to mapping. So what advice do you have so that they can cover maximum areas?
So mapping, my suggestion is please try to focus on the locations which are given in NCRTs. 11th standard NCRT covers few important mapping locations, whether related to the mountains or or other physical features, or even in India also the hills, plateaus and all. And along with that, some current related aspects. Those locations which are in use. For that, I would definitely recommend going through the PT365 material. We have given a material on the news through maps. So that covers all the current related locations of last 1 year. Okay, so this would be sufficient. If at all you have done through this, I would just say, so quickly glance through it using Atlas.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, any final message for the students?
So as I told you earlier, so prelims is more of a mind game. Okay, so and you want best result, you need to give your best performance. And to give best performance, you should stop thinking about results. Okay, so that is what even Bhagavan Sri Krishna also said, right? So focus more about the karma rather than the phal. So focus more on whatever you have done in that the best possible manner how you can execute this. If you give your best performance, best result definitely comes. Okay, so and stop worrying whether you have done sufficiently or not. You have done sufficiently. I have trust in you. Okay, keep your trust upon yourself and try to so give your maximum in the examination. I wish you all the best to all of you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Dear students, we hope that these suggestions are useful to you. With this, we end the discussion. All the best.